You. So we were saying, if there is no qualified person who supervises your loading of the dangerous goods, which means drivers will be also responsible to supervise what is being loaded in their trucks, because you are trained. You now know that when they mix certain things that must not be mixed, you tell them that no, this class and this one, no, 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 you must not mix it. You are creating an explosion, you are creating a bomb there, isn't it? Then during loading of dangerous goods, what is required is the fire extinguishers must be detached from the truck so that they are easily accessible in case of any risk or a hazard or fire that can happen, especially with flammables. We have to detach the fire extinguishers so that we are ready to fight fire if there is any. We barricade the area in which we are loading. We verify the safe working loads of our truck and whatever that is being loaded. We also have to make sure that whatever that is being loaded is the correct things that are at the dangerous goods declaration, exact quantities, exactly the classification of the dangerous goods as per your dangerous goods declaration. Then you make sure that if there is a need of SDS, you have all the SDS of your of the whatever that you are going to convey. Then you have your tram cards, your transport emergency card, which is specifically for what is being loaded. Then you also now verify if really you have your dangerous goods certificate, you have your license has got PDP. So that has to be verified by you. Then successful loading will be carried out. When you are about to leave the premises, so it means that as part of you have what you call a designated space, isn't it? Which is an orange space. So that orange space, that orange designated space, that's where you put your documents. So if you have documents from the previous delivery, they must be out. Then you only have specifically for what you are conveying. Then you put in that designated space. So which documents must be in your designated space? I think I've mentioned already. We said which one? Tram card. Yeah. MSDS. We now call them the SDS, right? Your dangerous goods declaration, isn't it? Then if you have any exemption quantity, then you need to have on other certificates that can be needed. Because some of the, like, for example, explosive, you cannot convey explosive without a special permit to be allowed to do that. So if you are carrying something that requires a permit, then you make sure that the permits are also there. So the DGD is for you to read it. You must understand and verify. The tram card is for you to read it, because tram card is talking about emergency. How do you act in case of emergency when carrying such certain dangerous goods, so that you cannot do other ways. Then when you have all those documents, you also have your route your route plan. Because someone who's conveying dangerous goods, definitely you are conveying a hazardous substance. So now if we find you stuck under the bridge just because there is no height restriction, it shows that there was no pre-route inspection. So pre-route inspection has to be done, isn't it, by your specialist. Your specialist has to check what you are carrying, the temperatures of where you are traveling, the heights of the bridges that you're gonna pass, creating also your your resting areas where you're gonna have some refreshments and resting, isn't it? So all that is pre-planned, which means a person who's conveying dangerous goods, we have got a plan already to know that if you are going to Polokwane, which route are you using? That route only. If it happens now that you are on the way, some situations and conditions, they are now changing you to deviate from the planned route. What do? You call, isn't it? You call to your control room that there is this and this and this and this. So I was planning to deviate. Then they do a risk assessment of the new route that they might give you before you take it. But if you just take that route without their permission, You can otherwise stuck, and you cannot give an excuse that no, there was no restriction, because you already have a route plan and it has been communicated with the what with the law, with the authorities. So the authorities cannot just give you any approval of that route when they know that the restrictions of the bridges are not okay, isn't it? So route plan must be with you. Then you now inspect your truck as per K53. You guys, you are drivers. So K53 inspection of your truck, because a truck which is going to be used on the public road as per the National Road Traffic Act, they must be fit, isn't it? So checking from your tires, checking if there are no leaks, checking if the oil levels are fine, your fluid levels, all of them are okay, making sure that your license disc is valid, the operator's card, because yours now, on top of the license disc, there is an operator's what? Disc as well. So you check if your operator's disc is valid and is labeled what? G and D, because if it is for conveying goods and that is dangerous goods, they must be what? D. Category D shows us we are carrying dangerous goods. So if it is only G, that truck is not allowed to carry dangerous goods. So if they put any dangerous goods in a category D, in a category G only, then you must tell them to take it off, because the truck on its own is not worth to carry dangerous goods. So you check the operator's card. When the operator's card is fine, which means now we are looking at the placards, placarding. So placards, that is why we said you get this information from your dangerous goods what? Declaration, which shows you which category or which class of dangerous goods you are conveying. Then you put the right what? Placards. So our placards has got sections. So a placard is just like this. So this is a placard. So it has three sections this side. Then here it's a what? It's a diamond space, isn't it? Then at the diamond space, you find some other small what? Small diamonds. You find some other small diamonds. So this one is the UN number. So UN number is the identification of dangerous good that you are carrying. Then here we have the what? Operator's number, isn't it? So this is the operator's telephonic number. Let me just say tail number. Then here's the specialist tail number. Then this one, we call it the hazardous diamond. So it's the one which shows you which class. So if you see it with one, what does it mean? It's explosive. If you see it with the two, what is it? Gases. Three, flammable what? Liquids. If you see with five, oxidizers, isn't it? So like that. So it's very important to know these classes, because these diamonds will be having numbers, isn't it? So they show you which class is being conveyed. Then these ones, so this one is a hazardous diamond. Hazardous diamond. Then these two is substylistic. Substylistic diamonds. Then this party is for what? We call it hazardous diamond place or space. Hazardous diamond space. Which means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 portions, which makes our what? Our placard. So this is a placard. What is the requirement of a placard? It must be attached on the either side, so left and right, and at the back. Then in front, there will be what we call a danger warning diamond. So if your truck has got that danger warning diamond, we know that you are conveying dangerous goods. Then the classes will be identified by the what? By the placards. So the placards can be made by vinyl or a chroma deck steel. We have different types of them, but they must be subs approved. We don't just print and paste. They must be subs what? Approved. Then we have other risk signs that are attached to your truck. For example, do not smoke, because if you are carrying flammables, do not smoke. You must be away from naked flames. So even if you see that the road is burning on the side of the road, you quickly put some hazards, isn't it? Indicate to come to the what? To the middle, away from the flames, because those are the signs associated. Those are the risks associated with what you are conveying. Then, if you are carrying any hazardous substance, let's say it's liquid, which is above 100 degrees Celsius in temperature, then there must be an elevated temperature sign, which shows you that it can boil at certain what? Degrees Celsius. Then if you are carrying anything like solids above 240 degrees Celsius, then also an elevated temperature warning sign must also be attached to your truck. So it is the duty of the driver after K53 inspection to now check, do I have correct placards? Are my placards attached? 1, 2, 3, and the danger warning sign in front. Are there other warning signs attached to my truck? Then if you now have those documents we have listed, your placards are there, you now inspect your fire extinguishers. Because by law, you need to carry at least how many fire extinguishers? 9 kgs, isn't it? But if you have a trailer, which means another one again on the trailer, isn't it? So one in the cab, one in the main trailer, one in the other one if it's a super link, isn't it? They must be attached, easily accessible. So you inspect if your fire extinguishers are the correct type of extinction for what type of fire that can arise from what you are conveying. Then you also check the validity of those fire extinguishers. Are they valid? Is the green gauge displayed, isn't it? The seal is still there, easily detachable in case of emergence. So those are the things that you have to check. Then if you are carrying any hazardous substance which has a potential of spillages, then you need to have a spill kit to control what?